Tito with another vid, man. What's going on? What's tapping in? This one finna be about the dating scene. What happened? Dating is non-existent now. Women are completely delusional for the most part. I've shared a lot of stuff about women, man, in recent weeks. And the main things that keep coming up is main study I keep seeing is 1 in 3 women is mentally insane. And when you look at the dating world as what it is right now, and a lot of these women right now, they are mentally insane. And people don't like, let me say this, people don't like hearing when, something is addressing, their diaspora or, it's categorizing them or anything like that, because, people don't like looking in the mirror at their flaws and they, hang-ups and stuff like that. But the dating scene is, it's completely, it's completely over with as far as women and men, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not finna say, it's just all women. These men out here ain't got shit going on too, a lot of them. You catch me? But, I'm a person who, I'm pretty decent, down to earth, level-headed, humble guy. And I'm just seeing that these women is lost. They gone. Majority of these women is gone, man. And as a guy, for a guy right now, you shouldn't even be focused on talking to no woman or locking in with no woman right now in 2025. Lock in with yourself, fella. Especially my black men. Lock in with yourself, man. Let these women do them. Get to something, about yourself, health, your mental, your financial. Lock in with yourself, brother. Because a lot of these women that drag you down to their level, ridicule you. I just seen an old head talking about, these women, man. He said, my advice to the young fellas, man, I've been in, 3 separate marriages, 10 kids, 7 of them step. And what did I get out of it for being a provider and the protector? Not a damn thing. Ridicule, disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And that's, that's what these women, that's the type, that's from marriages, you know what I'm saying? You just go on a date or you talk to some of these women and you see where they head at before you even get that far into it. A lot of these women, they get with guys and they end up having kids and, they still end up cheating and going out doing stuff. I know from not from personal experience, but people in my family have told me this, that women, even after they done had kids and everything, they still went out and cheated and did them. You just the guy she ended up having the kids with. You not the guy she wanted. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna still do her. So just thinking you got a kid together, yeah, you could try to keep that in your head that, she gonna stay, cause the kid or whatever, we gonna deal with each other cause the kid. Sure. You know what I'm saying? You could think that, but in reality, in actuality, she could be gone on your ass like the Flash if she won't. Because that's just the the reality of the situation. A lot of these women, they ended up, liking you, having one night stands or whatever the case may be, man, for the time being. And next thing they gonna, feel a different way. They emotional creatures. They gonna feel something different. They gonna go about their business and do what they want to do. You know what I mean? Men supposed to think with their logical brains. We think logically. As a man, you should think logically about, your life and, how to move about it. These women is emotional creatures, you know what I'm saying? A man shouldn't be moving off emotion. That's what women's for. So lock in with yourself, fella. Don't sit up there and focus about these women and lock in with them. And then if you look at today's, the times of now, they getting BBL surgeries and, all this goofy stuff done to their body, wearing fake hair, frontals, wigs, you name it, to keep up with some people that ain't even thinking about them, just to, use their body as a selling tool. And what these simp men do, men that watch porn, can't stop thinking about a woman, they go line right up for them. because they got a little BBL and shit, because they got a little wig in the frontal. Man, gone. Using OnlyFans to their advantage. They ain't gonna give you none of their OnlyFans money. Hell, they ain't not even gonna call your line and be like, can you help me make some content? They not even gonna do that. They gonna give your ass a price. You gotta pay every day or monthly for that shit, and then you gotta keep coming to that shit like a damn crackhead thing, just like any other drug. And a lot of these simp ass men is on that. A lot of these old ass men is on that. You know, they can't get, you know, their relationships went left, they marriages and shit. So they paying for these little OnlyFans women and shit. And then men getting fucked up, caught up on the Shannon Sharp shit. You know, they going doing this goofy shit like him. You know what I'm saying? Getting caught up, giving his millions away to a woman. This one for my men, man. If you a woman, you ain't gonna like this video, and I don't give a damn. Because the dating scene is completely toxic and it's over with. Now, I'm not saying every woman is like that. It's like this, but for the most part, you ain't gonna find a decent woman in 2025 unless you really lock in with yourself and with your mission, your journey. Because these women got an agenda, just like a lot of motherfuckers. They looking for a come up. You know, the next simp, the next nigga to pay their bills, to take care of them while they just sit back and enjoy the ride. And as a man, it ain't no free rides. Was you born in this motherfucker struggling? It shouldn't be no, if that's the case, you shouldn't be no free ride for no woman. You get this shit out the mud like I did. And if not, that's your own fault. Nobody care about you being a woman. Nobody care about you having titties, a BBL, a coochie. Nobody cares about that. We in a new time, new era, fellas. Lock in with yourself. Nobody cares about no woman thinking just because she want to be feminine, you know, that's going to get her a pass. You don't get no passes. Ain't no passes in 2025. Women is the main culprit. Ain't no passes for y'all. Y'all get the same treatment as anybody else get. Y'all want the same rights and all this stuff, right? Y'all gonna get treated like the same. You get me? You got these studs out here trying to be men, pretending when they still have a cycle every month. Like, what sense does that make? You get no passes here. It's some of these other simp, these men who don't, you know, they don't give a damn, you know, they marriage failed, they, you know, they can't get a woman, you know, they on the corn, watching corn every day, and that's all they do, and they shooting their seed everywhere and don't know how to contain their seed, and they the ones who gonna chase you women. You know, a man who on his mission, who on his journey, who working out, eating healthy, changing his lifestyle, he gonna focus and lock in on himself, his finances, his mental, his spiritual. He not finna be thinking about no woman, because he know a woman gonna use whatever she can to get out of him, and then once she done, she's on to the next man who gonna provide or do whatever for him. As a man, we need to lock in, man. Black men especially. You know, I'm seeing it too many with my brothers and my fellas going for these women who ain't got shit going on. Then they end up caught up with these women, having kids with them, and now you stuck with them to a certain capacity. It could all be avoided. Just because she got a fat ass, a little cute face, you want to sit up there and run and chase behind this bitch. But meanwhile, you chasing behind this, 100 other niggas chasing behind this same bitch. Man, come on. And she not going to tell you everything. She not going to tell you her body count. She ain't finna tell you all this shit. They'll give you some little random ass off number or something, or tell you, oh, don't do that shit. Man, meanwhile, this bitch got more bodies than a motherfucker out here than the serial killer. You got what I'm saying? You gotta lock in with yourself, fellas. Stop chasing these nothing ass women. Stop looking for a quick little, you know, just for a quick little nut, you know, a quick little Netflix and chill time with them. No, we ain't got time for that. This world is bogus right now. And as men, we need to fix it. It's our responsibility. These women don't give a damn. They looking for a come up. And the more fellas lock in with they self, we gonna see this world turn around and change for the better. You catch what I'm saying? But as long as you chasing and following behind a woman, you spilling your seed watching corn, and that should make you thrown off anyway. You watching corn, and you watching two other motherfuckers get intimate. That should mess with your mental. You ain't involved in it. So it should mess with your mental. This nigga getting enjoyment out of this bitch, and she getting enjoyment from the nigga. You ain't even involved. That's worse than goddamn it being there and just watching this shit in person. Because you're not even in person. You watching this shit through a fucking phone screen. Man, fellas, lock in, man. And my black men especially lock in, man. Stop chasing these women, man. Get to some money. Get to your finances. Get to your mental. Get to your spiritual, emotional. Lock in with you, your health, your physical. These women will be here. Simple. Tito, 7-9.